picture at the dining hall. It says Moroccan chicken, and I'm Moroccan, so I sent it to my family. Chicken is pretty big in Morocco, I think. The way you prepare it, but they didn't prepare it correctly. But the point is, it just they had it there, so that's why.
A picture I wanted to send to my friend on Facebook. It says there's a fine line between cuddling and holding someone down so they can't get away. And it kind of describes our relationship. The camera thing is on the side, so I accidentally take like pictures of the inside of my pocket all the time. Should we assume like the last one on my is like a pocket photo?
Like a truck with a minion in the back. And the reason I took that picture is because my little sister's a Minion fan. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna Snapchat it to her. But it's kind of really far. We're actually really close.
It's my niece. She recently just turned 4, actually. My sister just bought her one present. I guess it was like a Wii or something, and she wasn't planning on getting her anything else. And she gets home and she's like, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, it's your present. Like, I bought it for your birthday." And she's like, "I don't want it. Like, I wanted a lot of presents, not just one. Like, I wanted a lot." And I was like, "Whoa, she's only 4. She's crazy."
It's a picture out my cabin window of trees. I was gonna send it to my mom and show her what the view was out of one of my windows.
Oh, a photo of my mother, who's right here in the middle, sitting in that chair. It's all women from 2 generations, and they know she's on her way out, so they came to say goodbye.
I thought this looked rather heavenly. I thought it looked like very surreal, and the sun was coming through the trees. It had this kind of like a moment that you couldn't quite put words to. And we're reading this author, Marilyn Robinson. And she talks about like God being being beauty in everything everything in the world. Like everything is beautiful, everything's part of this mass creation that we can't understand. It's mysterious and it's glittering and it's beautiful, but it kind of covers up what is really reality. Like we don't fully perceive it, and but we can revel in the mystery. And I was in that mindset right after class, like, oh, that's a beautiful, just like the way the rays were coming through the trees. You know?
I was just going around taking random pictures of just trees and nature. These were the foreign objects that struck me at that moment. I found this really nice tree with objects hanging from it. And then when you go inside it, it's almost like a different world, and nobody who goes besides that tree notices that tree almost, I think. Like, so many people were running by or just walking by, and I was just sitting up in the tree, and nobody was seeing what's hidden inside the tree. And it has all these cool stuff hanging from it, like wooden toys and objects.
And I had a really bad headache, and I talked on the phone for 3 hours. That was the face that I was making the whole time during my shift. I call alumni and I ask for donations. Yeah, everyone loves me. Someone hit on me my first call. They were like, "I want to see your face. Like, is that a thing?" I'm like, no, it's not a thing.
Like, it's a gag photo. It's like, come take a poop on the East Field. They're inviting people to basically come and socialize, but they're using like a pun. So they're like, oh, whoever poops the biggest, like, win. It's just something like funny to gather like young adults to this one location where they do actual games and have fun.
It's salmon, tomatoes, some sprouts, like a dressing, and I don't know what that stuff that looks like potato is. It's not potato, I don't know what it is.
Can you explain p orbitals to us?
It has to do with quantum mechanics, electron distribution probabilities, how high the energy level is, and how excited the electrons are, and they look like this if they're in the p orbitals. And I had my midterm this morning. I think I went pretty well. The picture helped. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
It's a picture of the UCSC campus.
And you actually just took it just now, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, right now I'm just going to take a test, and I just wanted to see something beautiful before I actually took it. Would you stress? I'm anxious.
My phone, as you can see, is pretty shattered and broken. Oh, actually it looks like my thumb. It's really complicated. I know I broke the phone on the naked run, Oh, so that's a better story. That was incredible. That was excellent. We were running past college 9 and 10, and I had to carry all my clothes because, you know, and all my stuff because you couldn't wear them. So, and when you don't wear them, they're really heavy. So I was carrying them, and usually I have my phone case together. But this time I opened it and I was trying to call somebody, and I was running, and I think I tripped or something, but I dropped my phone, and it just absolutely shattered.
It's a picture of me and my niece Chanel. She's like 1.5. She's almost 2 actually. I was like, oh, let's take some pictures, and she just she kept doing like the same face over and over again. And I just put a camera so I could have some memories because I love her so much. Yeah, she's like, I don't know, she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so happy she came. So.
Okay, it's going crazy. It's a picture, it's a Snapchat that I had to take a still shot of because these are my friends, or rather friends of friends that I have down in Cal Poly that sent me this because they couldn't attend my birthday party. So they sent me this awesome Snapchat of them spelling out my name, saying happy birthday.
It's a piece of paper with a snowman on it that's taped to my door for Valentine's Day from my housemate with a starburst that says to Lauren from Kaylee.
How is this snowman like Valentine's?
It's not, it's from Frozen. She's obsessed with Frozen.
Okay, and how'd that make you feel?
Really happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you say, like, trying to think of a good photo.
Block of banana bread that I'm actually eating right now, and this is the bottom side of it, and I took this picture to show how clean it came out of the pan. Well, it was a thing between me and my housemates, and we've had a feud about trying to get the loaf out of the pan as clean as possible, and if you can see, like in the picture, there's like no defects on the bottom side of the loaf.
And was it good? Is it good?
Oh, it's fucking good.
You want
a piece?
No, thank you.
Is that the moon?
That is the moon.
Yeah. When did you take this?
Last night at 1 in the morning.
What were you doing at 1 o'clock in the morning?
I was keeping up with my schoolwork, but at the same time I like to take the time each and every day to enjoy life and enjoy nature, especially the nature that is here in Santa Cruz. And I am planning to be a professor and a writer and a public speaker. And those are the 3 things that I'm very passionate about, because I think every individual is an open book ready to be shared with the rest of society. And we all see is the cover, but if you're ready to share your knowledge, who you are, then we learn from everybody 1% at a time.
It's a tally mark of the days that I don't regress in my body focused repetitive disorder. It's I have dermatillomania, and I pick at my skin when I get anxiety, and I have my tally, if you can see it, it's 5 days without picking. So I took a picture of it to show my boyfriend. That's like, yay me, I went 5 days, and that's the longest I've gone in months, so that's why I took a picture of it.
The last photo on my phone is of a kayak I'm building. It's sort of halfway done, and I took it to send to a friend just to sort of show how it's going. I live kind of down by the bay, so kind of want to do some kayaking. That's a lot of fun. I live in an apartment building, so it's hard to like not make a lot of noise.
Picture of my face. It was raining, and I was waiting for Amtrak, and I was really angry, so I decided to take a picture because I was bored. Because it was wet, and I was wet, and Amtrak was late, and it's never late, and it was late earlier in the day, and I missed it, and I was just angry. I'll put it on Instagram.
Did you get a lot of likes or whatever happens on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I said my train is late, and my hair is gonna get wet. Hashtag black people problems.
Okay.
Is a screenshot of this group I follow on Facebook. They're called Word Porn, and so it's a definition of a word. The word is Sonder, S-O-N-D-E-R. It's just like a Facebook group that they post like really awesome quotes, or they'll post like really weird words in other languages that you probably haven't come across, but they have like pretty universal meaning. This quote specific sort of like reminds me of like little events in my life a lot, and so I wanted to have like something ready to hand that I could refer to.
What is the last photo on your phone?
When people ask me this, I always feel this pressure to have something like really interesting, but it's actually like a very like pretty ordinary photo. I'm staying in Russian Hill right now. I'm subletting and in between like apartments, and I was over the weekend I was at the bay, and just looking out at Alcatraz and realizing like how freaking beautiful San Francisco is and how beautiful of a city that I live in. And so I decided I'm gonna go to Alcatraz this week. I actually bought tickets for tomorrow. My friend's in town, and so I've never been to Alcatraz. So I've lived in the city for 5 years. I've never been to like the #1 tourist destination. So this weekend I was looking out at the beauty and was like, you know what? Time to check out this place. So
Thank you.
yeah, I appreciate it.